Hey friends, this is MR Smart Kids Education. Today, we're going to talk about Prime Ministers of Australia. Let's get started. The first Prime Minister of Australia was Sir Edmund Barton. He served from January 1, 1901, to September 24, 1903. He helped establish the new government when Australia became a federation. He was born in January 18, 1849. He passed away in January 7, 1920. Alfred Deakin was the second Prime Minister of Australia. He served 3 terms, first term, September 24, 1903, to April 27, 1904. Second term, July 5, 1905, to November 13, 1908. Third term, June 2, 1909, to April 29, 1910. Deakin was a key figure in shaping Australia's early policies and played a major role in the formation of the nation's constitution. He was born on August 3, 1856. He passed away on October 7, 1919. The third Prime Minister of Australia was Chris Watson. He served from April 27 to August 18, 1904. He was the first Labour Party Prime Minister in Australia and one of the first Labour leaders to head a national government in the world. He was born on April 9, 1867. He passed away on November 18, 1941. The fourth Prime Minister of Australia was George Reid. He served from August 18, 1904, to July 5, 1905. He was the leader of the Free Trade Party and was known for his wit and strong debating skills. He was born on February 25, 1845. He passed away on September 12, 1918. Andrew Fisher was the 5th Prime Minister of Australia, serving 3 terms. First term, November 13, 1908, to June 2, 1909. Second term, April 29, 1910, to June 24, 1913. Third term, September 17, 1914, to October 27, 1915. He was a member of the Labour Party and contributed to many social and economic reforms in Australia, including the establishment of the Commonwealth Bank. He was born on August 29, 1862. He passed away on October 22, 1928. The 6th Prime Minister of Australia was Joseph Cook. He served from August 1913 to September 1914. Cook was the leader of the Commonwealth Liberal Party, and his time in office was marked by a focus on economic and naval policies. He was born on December 7, 1860. He passed away on July 30, 1947. Billy Hughes was the 7th Prime Minister of Australia. He served from October 27, 1915, to February 9, 1923. Hughes was a key figure during World War I and was known for his strong stance on war policies and national interests. He led Australia through the latter part of the war and the early post-war years, and he was a member of both the Labour Party and later the Nationalist Party. He was born on September 25, 1862. He passed away on October 28, 1952. The 8th Prime Minister of Australia was Stanley Bruce. He served from February 9, 1923, to October 22, 1929. Bruce was known for his focus on economic development and his efforts to improve Australia's infrastructure and international standing. He was born on April 15, 1883. He passed away on August 25, 1967. The 9th Prime Minister of Australia was James Scullin. He served from October 22, 1929, to January 6, 1932. Scullin led the country during the early years of the Great Depression, facing significant economic challenges and advocating for social welfare reforms. He was born on September 18, 1876. He passed away on January 28, 1953. The 10th Prime Minister of Australia was Joseph Lyons. He served from January 6, 1932, to April 7, 1939. Lyons was a leader of the United Australia Party and focused on economic recovery during the Great Depression, promoting policies for financial stability and national development. He was born in September 15, 1879. He passed away in April 7, 1939. The 11th Prime Minister of Australia was O. Page. He served briefly from April 7, 1939, to April 26, 1939. Page was the leader of the Country Party and took on the role of Prime Minister after the sudden death of Joseph Lyons, serving as a caretaker until a new leader was elected. He was born on August 8, 1880. He passed away on December 20, 1961. Robert Menzies was Australia's 12th and longest-serving Prime Minister. He held office twice, first term April 26, 1939, to August 29, 1941. Second term, December 19, 1949, to January 26, 1966. Menzies founded the Liberal Party of Australia in 1944 and led the country through significant events, including World War II and the post-war economic boom. His policies focused on economic growth, national security, and strengthening ties with the United States and Britain. He was born on December 20, 1894. He passed away on May 15, 1978. The 13th Prime Minister of Australia was Arthur Fadden. He served briefly from August 29, 1941, to October 7, 1941. Fadden was the leader of the Country Party and held office for only 40 days after the coalition government lost support in the Parliament. He was born on April 13, 1894. He passed away on April 21, 1973. The 14th Prime Minister of Australia was John Curtin. He served from October 7, 1941, to July 5, 1945. Curtin led the country during most of World War II and is remembered for his leadership during this challenging period, including shifting Australia's defence policy to align more closely with the United States for support in the Pacific region. He was born on January 8, 1885. He passed away on July 5, 1945. The 15th Prime Minister of Australia was Frank Ford. He served briefly from July 6, 1945, to July 13, 1945. Ford took on the role of Prime Minister after the death of John Curtin, serving as a caretaker until the Labour Party elected a new leader. He was born on July 18, 1890. He passed away on January 28, 1983. The 16th Prime Minister of Australia was Ben Chifley. He served from July 13, 1945, to December 19, 1949. Chifley was known for his post-war reconstruction efforts, establishing key institutions like the Snowy Mountains Scheme and the introduction of the Australian welfare state. He was born on September 22, 1885. He passed away on June 13, 1951. Harold Holt was the 17th Prime Minister of Australia, serving from January 26, 1966, to December 19, 1967. He succeeded Robert Menzies and is known for his policies on economic development and his support for the United States in the Vietnam War. Holt's term was marked by his mysterious disappearance while swimming at Cheviot Beach in December 1967, which led to his presumed drowning and his subsequent replacement by John McEwen as Prime Minister. Born on August 5, 1908. He passed away on December 17, 1967. The 18th Prime Minister of Australia was John McEwen. He served from December 19, 1967, to January 9, 1968. McEwen was the leader of the Country Party and briefly took office following Harold Holt's disappearance. His term was short, and he was succeeded by John Gorton. He was born on March 29, 1900. He passed away on November 20, 1980. The 19th Prime Minister of Australia was John Gorton. He served from January 9, 1968, to March 10, 1971. Gorton was a member of the Liberal Party and is known for his focus on defence, decentralisation, and expanding the role of the government in social welfare and education. He was born on September 9, 1911. He passed away on May 19, 2002. The 20th Prime Minister of Australia was William McMahon. He served from March 10, 1971, to December 5, 1972. McMahon was the leader of the Liberal Party, and his term was marked by efforts to manage economic challenges and maintain Australia's position in international affairs. He was born on February 23, 1908. He passed away on March 31, 1988. The 21st Prime Minister of Australia was Gough Whitlam. He served from December 5, 1972, to November 11, 1975. Whitlam was the leader of the Australian Labor Party and is known for implementing significant reforms in education, healthcare, and social welfare. His government was controversially dismissed by the Governor-General, Sir John Kerr, leading to a significant constitutional crisis. He was born on July 11, 1916. He passed away on October 21, 2014. The 22nd Prime Minister of Australia was Malcolm Fraser. He served from November 11, 1975, to March 11, 1983. Fraser, leader of the Liberal Party, took office following the dismissal of Gough Whitlam. His government focused on economic management, reducing inflation, and implementing conservative social policies. He was born on May 21, 1930. He passed away on March 20, 2015. The 23rd Prime Minister of Australia was Bob Hawke. He served from March 11, 1983, to December 20, 1991. A member of the Australian Labor Party, Hawke is known for his economic reforms, including the introduction of the accord system to manage wage increases, and significant progress in healthcare and education. He was born on December 9, 1929. He passed away on May 16, 2019. The 24th Prime Minister of Australia was Paul Keating. He served from December 20, 1991, to March 11, 1996. Keating, also from the Australian Labor Party, is known for his economic reforms, including the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax, GST, and his focus on Australia's cultural and international identity. He was born on January 18, 1944. The 25th Prime Minister of Australia was John Howard. He served from March 11, 1996, to December 3, 2007. A member of the Liberal Party, Howard is known for his long tenure and policies on economic management, tax reform, and strengthening Australia's ties with the United States. He was born on July 26, 1939. Kevin Rudd was the 26th Prime Minister of Australia. He served 2 non-consecutive terms, first term, December 3, 2007, to June 24, 2010. Second term, June 27, 2013, to September 18, 2013. Rudd, from the Australian Labor Party, is known for his focus on combating climate change, his response to the global financial crisis, and his significant contributions to social policy and international diplomacy. He was born on September 21, 1957. The 27th Prime Minister of Australia was Julia Gillard. She served from June 24, 2010, to June 27, 2013. Gillard, from the Australian Labor Party, was the first female Prime Minister of Australia. Her term is noted for significant reforms in education, healthcare, and the introduction of the National Disability Insurance Scheme, NDIS. He was born on September 29, 1961. The 28th Prime Minister of Australia was Tony Abbott. He served from September 18, 2013, to September 15, 2015. A member of the Liberal Party, Abbott is known for his focus on border protection, economic management, and social policies. His government also implemented the paid parental leave scheme and repealed the carbon tax. He was born on November 4, 1957. The 29th Prime Minister of Australia was Malcolm Turnbull. He served from September 15, 2015, to August 24, 2018. Turnbull, from the Liberal Party, is known for his focus on innovation, economic reform, and his handling of energy policy. His tenure included significant debates on climate change and marriage equality. He was born on October 24, 1954. The The 30th Prime Minister of Australia was Scott Morrison. He served from August 24, 2018 to May 30, 2022. A member of the Liberal Party, Morrison is known for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, his focus on economic recovery, and his policies on immigration and national security. He was born in May 13, 1968. The 31st Prime Minister of Australia is Anthony Albanese. He has been in office since May 30, 2022. A member of the Australian Labor Party, Albanese is focused on issues such as climate change, social equity, and economic reform. He was born in March 2, 1963.